welcome. I hope you are having a good crypto convention experience. My name is Raul, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the future of payments. We at AtPay have developed a platform for what we think the future of payments looks like. I guess all of you are crypto holders, and as such, you'll know that whenever you want to do anything with your crypto, it's a multi-step process in selling whatever went up, getting the fiat to your bank, using that money to pay maybe for your credit card. The payments world there's been a lot of evolution since, and what we have seen is that traditional finance and banking has failed to keep up with what's going on. So just as a disclaimer, anything that I will say here is not any financial advice. It's not intended to be so. Everything here is informational. And, as we usually say, does anybody know what Dior is? Not the brand, but do your own research, yeah? So with that, I'll tell you a little bit about our team. AtPay was started before the pandemic. Obviously, that was a bit of a setback for us, but it's actually made us stronger moving forward. I am lucky enough to be surrounded by a team of people who are excellent at what they do and who believe in this mission that we're working for, which is having blockchain technology build a sustainable buy now, pay later and payments platform. And you'll hear me talk about buy now, pay later. I'll explain why it is an important topic moving forward in terms of finance. Now, our vision is to have a versatile payment option and be a leader in engagement. What this means is incorporating the community. As we all know, community and anything related to crypto to blockchain is key. We are in good company. We have a few influencers, athletes, etc., that believe in our project and have come on board. Evelyn from Maths, if there's any Maths, if there's any crossover between crypto and Maths, as well as I mentioned athletes and advisors. Now, when I talk about the future of payments, what am I talking about? I'm talking about an integrated platform that allows you to do all the different operations I just mentioned in one place. So how do you build this? The first is having a wallet, right? We partnered up with Fireblocks to make sure that we had the best technology, to make sure that everything related to security was there. And we built a wallet that obviously allows you to send and receive, but it also allows you to use your cryptocurrencies as payment. So instead of having to go through the process of unloading and then getting the fiat and doing that, now this wallet will allow you, even if the merchant doesn't accept crypto, to pay with your cryptocurrencies. Now, in terms of the marketplace, what do we need to have? We need to have merchants that are integrated into this marketplace. And how do we do that? Rewards, right? So a lot of the stuff that we talked about in crypto, that we talk about in general, is very interesting for users, be it merchants or be it buyers, because of the rewards that can be involved, because you're a part of a community and an ecosystem that generates value that can be transferred and distributed with the players. And then, of course, we have staking mechanisms as well as farming. So the idea being that when you're not using your currency, when you're holding it, you can generate passive income in the process. So how do we do this? The first thing, of course, as you may all imagine, blockchain technology is key. We are natively built on blockchain. We are multi-chain. We allow for merchant settlements, as I mentioned, directly. And this can be done with cryptocurrencies. It can be done with fiat from both ends. So if you decide to pay with your credit or debit card, but the merchant wants cryptocurrency in the other end, we can do that. And if you want to pay with cryptocurrency, but that merchant won't accept payments, crypto payments directly, then we can help you bridge that gap and do that process seamlessly. The wallet, as I mentioned, is key to this, to keeping everything in one ecosystem. And of course, the rewards, right? The rewards are important because as we build a community, we understand the value of this community. So in Web 2, we would do advertising. In Web 2, we would do PR, we do that kind of stuff. Whereas in Web3, really the importance is engaging the community that's involved. At the end of the day, without a community, there isn't really a platform, there isn't really a business. Important to be scalable, and I would say one of the most important things is to be fully regulated. I know that regulation when it comes to everything crypto lags, it's not very clear, and also when it comes to buy now, pay later, regulation is expected to change. And so we've built a platform that's at this point overly compliant in anticipation for the regulatory changes that will come. We have APIs to integrate directly with the e-commerce websites. And as I mentioned, the staking protocol so that you can generate passive income while your cryptocurrencies are sitting in your wallet. So let's talk a little bit about the wallet. I think this is key. A Web3 wallet not only facilitates the different types of cryptocurrencies you may have and augments the power to invest, to hold, to farm, etc. So it's crucial that the wallet is absolutely tamper-proof, hack-proof, etc. So we spent a lot of time on this wallet making sure that with Fireblocks we built a state-of-the-art system that would allow you to keep your cryptocurrencies and other digital assets without any risk. We also incorporated buy now, pay later, which is BNPL. Now, I know that in Australia, buy now, pay later has been a little bit controversial in the last 12 months. That is because a lot of these platforms were built on Web 2. And originally, buy now, pay later was not considered a credit product. It is expected to become a credit product in the eyes of the law. Why is this important? Because it promotes financial health and financial responsibility with users. The last thing that anybody wants is to start using buy now, pay later and then find themselves in hot water because of all the payments they've accumulated. And so what we have done is we've ensured to build an ecosystem that is already compliant with regulation that is expected to happen the next 2 years. So when you onboard, as you have done with any of your wallets, there is a KYC process involved already. And this is one of the big changes that's going to happen. This is why you're seeing some of the buy now, pay later players leaving, because the cost to retrofit any KYC or credit check on their users is massive. And that means that when you have onboarded people without doing this, in order to keep functioning in a Web3 environment, you're going to have to do it. And so given the fact that we had already done that, it was important for us to incorporate it, not only because it provides credit, microcredit to some users, but also because it's a growing sector. According to Forbes, it's predicted to grow compounded annual growth rate of 45% year on year until 2030, reaching almost $4 trillion. Let me say that again, $4 trillion. So this is an industry that is not only growing, but it's helping people that maybe don't have access to credit or that don't want credit. One of the things that we saw doing our research and talking to focus groups is that close to 50%, it's a bit over 45%, of people that use buy now, pay later products don't have credit cards and don't want credit cards. And so what we are doing is trying to build an ecosystem that will help them have access to this microcredit, to help them have access to the purchases they want to make now, but making sure that it's done in a responsible way. So having this functionality is super important because if you think about it, what we're building is now a platform where you can have your money in your cryptocurrencies, you can have your credit or debit card saved if you want to, and when you want to go buy something, let's say one of your currencies went up and you want to use that currency now to buy something, well, we provide that immediacy. We provide that ability to capture the gains you've made and use them immediately, right? As we all know, we've all seen the charts. all over the place, up and down, up and down. So we are giving our users the option of using those currencies once they are up, with the flexibility of, let's say you don't have enough of that cryptocurrency and you want to pay partly with your credit card or your debit card. Well, you can do that too. You can split the payment, or you can even split it between several different cryptocurrencies that you want to use to make that payment. And so if you think about it, now you have a wallet where you can store your wealth, where you can make payments at any moment with any of the currencies that you have that are approved. And whether the merchant accepts cryptocurrencies or not, we'll take care of that in the back end. And in the meantime, while you're not spending your money, we have staking and farming mechanisms so that you can generate passive income while your money is sitting there. So again, an ecosystem where your money sits there and makes money for being part of the community, but that you can also use at any point to make any payment, be it fiat, crypto, or a mix. And in the other end, if you are a merchant, it's the same thing. If your customers are paying with fiat and you want to keep USDT in your wallet for whatever reason, we can make that happen at the end as well. And merchants are very welcoming, of course, of this passive income that's generated while having those cryptocurrencies in their wallet. One of the main problems, or some of the main problems that we saw with Buy Now, Pay Later, particularly in Australia, is that there was very poor customer engagement. There wasn't much of a relationship being built. Buy Now, Pay Laters were a little bit like banks, where you use your bank for what you need to use, but do you really engage with your bank other than the strictly necessary? Most likely you don't. The other thing that was important was the funding, right? So running a Buy Now, Pay Later requires, it's microcredits. You make the payment as a platform immediately to the merchant, but the user pays you in 4 installments, which means that there is a cash flow mismatching. By having crypto, we take care of that. Outdated technology, needless to say, a lot of these were built on Web 2. And their cost, as I mentioned, not only to retrofit their KYC and credit checks, but also to build the technology in the back end is prohibitive in terms of cost and timing. And finally, regulatory risk. Again, as I mentioned, that would be extremely expensive for someone that's been operating without the proper regulatory requirements, which again are not in place yet, but we are happy to be overly compliant. So what are the solutions we came up with? Well, customer rewards were a no-brainer, right? I think that we're all part of this community because we understand not only the future and how it's growing, but also the functionalities that can benefit the users. And so having these rewards, and I think there's a slide coming up, but I can share with you, it's quite generous in terms of a reward program. With our users, we're sharing 20% of our net revenue when it comes to a transaction, 20%. So that is an interesting, not only an attractive way to stay involved in the ecosystem, but also a way to get something back for purchases that you're making anyways. Decentralized finance, of course, as I mentioned, this is what allows for this microcredit or microfinance operation. Being blockchain native, I think I don't have to explain to you guys transparency, speed, everything that comes, all the benefits that come with using blockchain. So having transaction settlements happen immediately is super important for the future of payments and how things are going to move forward. Long gone are the days of waiting 3 or 4 days for money to be wired internationally or for a purchase to settle or for merchants to settle in the back end. And then as I mentioned, one of the things that we put first was compliance. When we started building AtPay, the regulation was not even a conversation. Nobody was really talking about it. And in that process, the Australian regulators decided that this is very much like a credit product. And because it's a retail credit product in finance, as you can imagine, it has to be regulated. And we welcome this regulation because it has to do with not only knowing who your clients are and going through that KYC, as well as a KYB, which is know your business when we onboard merchants, but also looking at their credit score and making sure that you are not participant in getting people to go into a financial hole, right? And that's the purpose of regulation. We support this regulation. We believe in financial health. We believe in financial education. And this platform is going to allow you to have that experience all in one. So how does the model work? Really quick, I'll walk you through it. So number one, if you are a user, you go and you make a purchase. Number two, we extend the microcredit to the user so that they can make the payments in 4 installments, 25% due at the moment of purchase, and the subsequent payments due every fortnight. The merchant is paid up front, so the merchant is not involved in this microfinancing. They receive their money just like any other purchase. Then we have the repayments from the user. Oh, and sorry, very important for the merchants as well. Merchants receive rewards. So again, they're part of the community. Web3 is all about benefiting and rewarding our community. And merchants are a big part of that. And so merchants also receive rewards when they're part of the ecosystem. And then finally, the user, once they have completed their payments, will receive, as I mentioned, 20% of the net revenue from that transaction. Reward tokens, this is what you get when you make these purchases. There it is, 20% of revenue. These are not only as a reward, not only created to be sticky, but these are functional within the ecosystem. So if at any point there are any payments that you have to make, you have AtPay reward tokens, these tokens will be exchangeable for our AtPay token, which is listed already. You can find it on Uniswap, you can find it on MEXC. And the idea is to have that relationship. Now, some people asked, why do we have reward tokens and why are we not using just our native token, our listed token? And this is one of the things that I see as a token designer, a token engineer, that's a big problem with some of the Web3 platforms, is that their functioning, their operational currency, and their listed token are the same. Now, why is this risky? As I mentioned before, we've seen the charts go up and down. And sometimes it has nothing to do with your business, with your token. It's just because something happened in the crypto world and everything follows suit. So we didn't want our users to lose that value they had accumulated. If we were to reward users with the listed token and something outside of our control made the price of the token because the whole industry went down, then those rewards the user received are losing value as well. So we wanted to protect the users. And the way we do that is by creating a reward token, so that the reward token will maintain its value because it's the value created in the platform thanks to the merchants and thanks to the users. Now, merchants receive 0.5% of the transaction value if it's done in fiat, and 1% of the transaction value if it's done in cryptocurrencies. They'll receive this in stablecoin. We have onboarded more than 1,000 merchants. I invite you guys to go to atpay.io and have a look at the names that we have there. So here are some retailers. I can tell you we have Qatar Airlines, we have, I believe, Marriott Hotels. It's a very long list, not only of clothes and that side of retail, but also in terms of travel, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of, you know, your pets. Again, the idea is to be a one-stop shop where you go in, your money is making money for you when you're not using it. When you think it's a good time to use it or you have to make a purchase, you just go in and you use AtPay. No more taking out your credit card to pay, no more making a wire transfer from your bank, no more having to take your crypto, sell it to a stable, to sell it to AUD, to transfer it. That's all gone. Just go on AtPay, make your purchases, and get 20% back. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And again, it's all about community. Now, we had prepared some walkthroughs for you. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to do them. If you see me, we have a stand back here, straight back. I'd be happy to show it to you guys and tell you a little bit more about it. But you know, if I say so myself, it's quite impressive and very well built. So we are very excited and very eager to show it to you guys. Please come by and have a look. Now, what does the future look like for us? We're very proud to say that we have accomplished a lot in the last few years, not only in terms of building the CryptoPay and the marketplace, but also in terms of being a part of AusTrack, in terms of developing the KYC and KYB, and in terms of developing the products that I'm talking about. So the buy now, pay later, crypto buy now, pay later, rewards token, the dashboards for the merchants so that they know exactly where they are in terms of financial position. We are currently building AtPay Business. This is a little bit different. An AtPay Business, what it will do is it will allow businesses to accept crypto as payment. So let's say you have to go to your dentist or you have to do some sort of surgery or anything like that, that maybe requires payment that you would like to, as a merchant, receive in crypto. Let's say you want to receive USDT because of inflation in the US and you're related to it. Well, we're building a platform for service providers, for businesses to be able to issue an immediate invoice that you can pay directly with your wallet. And so you can pay fiat if you want to, you can pay with your wallet if you want to, with your crypto if you want to, but the merchant in the back end will be able to accept whatever they want. We're also going to be quite busy. The next couple of years have to do with international expansion for us, starting with the Gulf Cooperation Council, so in the Middle East. We will then be expanding to the US, and in 2025 to Europe and Southeast Asia. So again, the idea is to take advantage of the technology, the borders that become almost invisible when it comes to e-commerce, and creating a platform for one-stop. So again, long gone are the days of BPay and all that stuff. It's old, it's ancient. Having a platform where you can keep your money is making money. When you decide to buy something, you just go there, you can buy it with your credit card, with your debit card if you want to, you can buy it fully with crypto if you want to, you can split the payment, use different cryptocurrencies, and then get a reward at the end, right? So the idea is one-stop shop. Forget credit cards, forget banks. We're all crypto people here. We understand the advantages. And what we are providing is a way to take, not only to take advantage of those advantages, apologies, but also a way to have a secure passive income platform that allows you to make purchases in any way you want. So we're very excited. We are a couple of weeks away from launch. As I mentioned, our token is listed and we anticipate some movement. No, not financial advice, no financial advice. But when we launch in the upcoming weeks, we are very excited to see that. So again, what's the future of payments? The future of payments is a platform that has all of the functionality for what we do in our everyday lives and rewards us for being part of that community, for being part of that operation. Because at the end of the day, us as buyers and businesses, our merchants, are the ones that keep any payment platform and most of the banks alive, right? That's why we have money to buy things. So why not keep everything in one place, make passive income while you're waiting or when you don't have to buy anything, and then when it is time to buy something, doing it in a way that suits you. If you want to do it partly crypto, partly fiat, again, the idea is that the future of payments is definitely Web3. I think we're all clear on that. It's crypto. But it also has to do with building a community and a platform that has the functionality to do what we do anyways. So with that, if anybody has any questions, I don't know if how we're running on time. No? Okay, sorry. We're running out of time, but I will be in the back, and our team is there as well. Please come say hi if you have any questions, or if you would like to be part of our ecosystem, our community, we would be more than happy to talk to you guys and tell you a little bit about that. Thank you, guys.